hello. Jaquila, hello. Lucky Grandma, hello. Todd B, hello. Can you guys hear me? I'm in my kitchen. Can you guys hear me okay? I want to make sure you can hear me first. Can you hear me okay? Good. Snickerdoodle, hello. Yeah, I'm a few minutes early coming on. I wasn't really planning on coming on, so please forgive. I just got up like an hour ago, so you know. Vintage Gal, hello. Back in the kitchen. Yeah, because I want to show you what I'm doing. Whoops. I'm actually trying to put together a huge cube. So, I'm not even a fourth of the way through it, so. But, is there anything there? I'm in my kitchen. Sarah, hello. Howdy, Les. Glad you came on tonight. Despite the title, I just happened to check and there you were. Thank you. Yes, I just came on. I'm busy in my kitchen. I'm actually putting something together, and like I said, forgive me everyone. I've only been up for like an hour. So I'm kind of eating dinner and putting this thing together. But yeah, and as you notice, I still have the picture. Nobody will let me get rid of it. I'm going to go ahead and jump into this. The reason why I titled this it's a sad situation because I got a text and I just looked at it a little bit ago. And a friend of mine sent me something, I think it's from Facebook. A lady had posted a video on Facebook. She went live and she ended up losing her life. Now this is the situation that had happened. Yeah, nobody will let me get rid of the picture. I'm just going to color another one and stick it up there. Thing's been up there for like 3 years. This is the situation. This lady, she went on a rant live because she had messed around with this guy. And it turned out this guy was a mayor of Howell, Indiana. Anna Grissom, hello. Why not replace the picture with your Snookums? Because Snookums is my background picture on my thingy, and I don't have my green screen. It's not an actual picture like that. So this woman had messed around with a guy, and it turned out we found out through the video, through information through the video, he was the mayor of Howell, Indiana. Doc, hello. Well, anyway, they remained friends. Makes sense. Might scare the grandkids too. Are you kidding? They love it. So they remained friends. Well, she was over at his house or whatever, and she left her phone or something there. And so she went in. Red Freckles, hello. She went in and she just walked into his house to retrieve whatever it was. Well, it turns out he was there with another guy doing the nasty. So she threw a fit about it. She said, now I guess when they messed around, the only thing he did was perform oral on her a couple years before, 3 years before. He only performed oral on her. Well, she freaked out. She said, you needed to tell me. She said that You needed to tell me. You don't need to be you all nasty. You this, you that, all nasty things you can say. I mean, she was going for it, cussing and everything, going for it. And she said, "You give me $5,000." Well, she called it 5 stacks or something like that. Give me $5,000. You have 1 hour. I won't say a word. Well, this mayor and his lover chased her out of his home. They were going after her, and she ran. What were we talking about? Hi, Les. I'm just starting, Sam. Hello. So she caught them. She was trying to extort them. Me too. And they were running after her in the home, and she was running out the door. And she said it wasn't for the fact they had their pants down, they would have ran out the door after me. So they didn't give her $5,000 in an hour. She gave him an extra hour. And he was calling her and said, come back, come back. She's like, no. So she went live. And she told the whole situation. And she said, you guys, I'm telling you this because something happens to me, you know who did it. Well, it ended up the next day after she posted that, after she went live, they shot her in her car. She was driving, they shot her, and she ended up running into another car. Now, of course, you know, the mayor's going to be on the down low. I'm going to tell you guys something. Who was this that got shot? This lady who, it was on Facebook. She went to an ex-lover's house who only performed oral on her. She left something there. She walked in the house to get it. And he was there with his lover doing the nasty. She freaked out about it. She tried to extort him. Turns out the guy that she was trying to extort was the mayor of Hallville, Indiana. And she tried to extort him for $5,000. She gave him an hour. He didn't give her the money. She gave him an extra hour. Didn't give him the money. She went live. The next day after she went live, she was shot while driving her car, and she ended up hitting another car. It's a tragic situation all the way around. You know, she went live and said, if something happens to me, you know what happened. Now, world is a scary place, yeah. But let's look at this. First of all, it's not worth killing or getting killed over. It's not. To me, anyway. Holy crap, when was this? I'm not sure. I think it's been recent. A friend of mine just sent me it. I guess it's from Facebook. And but let's look at this. I just want to watch the video of the Get Nasty, but it's not on there. When did this happen? Is the town spelled Haugh? I think so. Something, I'm not sure how to spell it. I might have to go back because I was reading the comments on the video. It's all shenanigans until somebody gets hurt, killed. Now, first of all, why didn't she go to the police? If she knew this was going to happen to her, why didn't she go to the police? Secondly, if you have men in positions like this mayor, there's a lot of men and women on what is called the down low. Exposing someone, Connie Baldwin, hello. Exposing someone when they're not ready to be exposed. I've been in that position. My parents didn't know for sure till I was 30. I've had girlfriends and friends threaten to expose me to my parents. Carrot Top, hello. I wanted to beat the shit out of them. I'm not gonna lie. And then murder never entered my mind, but I wanted to beat the shit out of them. They didn't expose me, but I never talked to them again. Doc says you wouldn't like Liz when she's angry. I understand that guy's feeling. To the point of murder, no. I'm not going to kill anybody. I just didn't talk to him again. Believe it or not. Even my girlfriend. I just dropped her. But I wanted to beat the shit out of them. It's not their place to expose. It's not anyone's place to expose someone who is gay. Or on the down low or whatever. It happened in Hallville. She was shot in Indianapolis, and neither man was the mayor. Okay, because what I was reading, that the guy that was involved was mayor, not the one shooting. Angela Benton, hello. Okay, I just saw you not too long ago. Chris Angel show. So Angela Benton, hello, by the way. Yeah, it is a sad situation. But speaking as someone who is gay and who has been put in that position where someone threatened to out me. Several links are using the phrase well-known goons, which could mean just about anything. What gives straight people the right to threaten, extort, or anything else to expose someone who is gay? And what do you think those who are gay are going to do? Like I said, I wanted to beat the shit out of those that threatened to expose me for real. I mean, and this lady was really, I mean, she was talking like being gay is a sickness. She said, "Yo, we gotta watch this. It's infecting our town." Well, honey, I hate to tell you this, but it's been there forever. Sorry. I like to know. It's been there. I hate to tell you, but it didn't just happen with that one guy. You just happen to find out about it. But if you threaten to expose somebody who's not ready, two things can happen, or a few things can happen. You can get hurt, you can get killed, apparently, or somebody can off themselves. They'd rather, and it's a sad state when you would rather shoot yourself or murder someone in order to be known as gay. What the hell? It's because of people like that woman who thinks it's a disease and things like that. She acted like she had full-blown sex with a guy, and that's what she was saying. And I'm like, honey, he only did performed oral on you. That's it. It's not like, you know. She was black, and at least one of the men is too. There's still a huge stigma against gays in many black communities. People are small-minded. Exactly. You gotta live and let live and stay in your lane. Now, I know with the comments I was reading on that video, there was a lot of blacks that were against her. Said you should have shut your mouth. So what do you think was going to happen? You tried to extort somebody. Why didn't you go to the police? They were dogging her. Hi there. Okay, so I watched a Monica Lewinsky video where she had addressed a young male that committed suicide after his roommate exposed him via a hidden video camera in their apartment. Yeah. Why do they feel they have to be in someone's business? It's no one's business. That's what I'm saying. You know, this stuff is real, and this is a concern for me. I mean, not for me. I mean, I'm pretty much, I'm an old lady. I don't give a fuck. But I remember being young. I understand the feeling. And it makes me mad because I want to lash out to myself. And I want to say to everybody who's straight, who the hell do you think you are? I want to lash out at everybody. I do. When I see something like this, I mean, I go straight to the mindset of straight people. Boom. Who do you think you are? Bedroom being figurative could be kitchen, laundry room, or whatever. I know, right? What skin is it off my nose? What someone does in their bedroom? Yeah. No one should tell if someone is gay or not. This really puts her in a bad light. Angela says media is just as guilty of public shaming. Oh yeah, of course. Rebecca Fox eyes. It makes me mad. It makes me sad. And honestly and truthfully, it makes me hate to be around straight people. Several years ago, a high school classmate, his 14-year-old son died by suicide. Apparently, he realized he was gay and trusted the wrong person. That's just it. Like I said, right now I'm an old woman. I can care less. But when I was young, coming up, having a career and stuff, yeah, I didn't want anybody to know. I didn't want them to know when I was in school. I never dated anybody in my own school. I didn't want anybody to know. And that's a shame. You would rather kill yourself than be known as gay. And that's still happening. That is still happening. And there's role models now. Can you imagine when I was young, there was no role models. Nobody talked about it. There was nobody to look to. No one. What has our society become? You'd rather shoot yourself or kill rather than be known as gay or on the down low or whatever. Down low just means you don't want nobody to know you're a straight man. It's usually used towards the men, but it do women too. You're a straight person, you're married, you have a family. It's just something you like on the side. It's called being closeted. We all as gays are at one point or another. It makes me mad and it makes me sad. That's right, Grandma. Be proud of who you are. But when you're that young, they have nobody to turn to. Way back in the day, who knew our cousin was gay? Exactly. And we had nobody to look up to when I was young. I'm 51. When I was going through school, I had nobody to look up to. The one person I didn't even know was gay, and that was Billie Jean King. Didn't even know was gay, and then all of a sudden I couldn't have her tennis shoes. I was supposed to get her tennis shoes and stuff. I just loved her because I've always loved tennis. And never heard of her again. I didn't know. My mom found out, boom. I never got them, and, we never talk about it or nothing like that. I didn't know. So I had no one else. It takes all kinds of people to make up this world. Nobody has more rights than anybody else. Exactly. I know exactly how you feel, Liz, and that's all I'll say on that. In her prime, there were rumors and there were true. Also, Freddie Mercury. Well, by that time, when I was already out of high school, you know, and I had the, the Queen concert shirts and stuff, although it did look like it said queer, but, Gomer Pyle. But all that shit came out after I was out of high school. When I was in school, there was no one growing up. Was Jim? Yeah, Jim Neighbors was. I always suspected, but yeah, he was. But that shit was after I graduated high school. When I was in school, and I'm talking grade school on, I've known all my life. I like the girls. I've known all my life. This wasn't something I decided to be. First of all, I didn't decide to be, but I've known all my life since my earliest memory. I've known all my life I like the girls. I was in junior high when Queen first came out, and it was strong. People never guessed about Chuck Panozzo, the bassist for Styx, until he became an AIDS activist after leaving the band. I didn't know about him either. My daughter, too, she came out to me when she was 13. I didn't come out to my parents until I was 30, and I didn't really come out. My sister exposed me. Things are better than they used to be, but we have a long way to go. Exactly. I said now she's 34. Sarah said, it's hard, you're afraid to say anything because you don't know if the person will be accepting or blab their mouth your business. Exactly. Sarah said he wrote a wonderful book called The Grand Illusion about what it was like being gay in an Italian Catholic family in the 50s and 60s, and later being that way in the world of 1970s arena rock. Rumor was that Rock Hudson and Gomer Pyle married. No, they never did marry. They were secretly forever known as Rock Pyle. The rest of their... Oh my god. Sarah... to be Catholic family now, even... Yeah. For real. The Grand Illusion is on recommended reading lists for LGBT teens and their families. Thing of it is, a lot of families won't... They don't care. They won't. My mom still can't believe Rock Hudson was gay. Now, there was one person that I absolutely knew was Liberace, and I loved watching Liberace. I loved watching Liberace. I always knew. How these women didn't know, I don't know, but yeah, I always knew. I feel for the kids who come out to their families shun them. It hurts my heart. It hurts my heart, and it happens a lot every day. It happens every day. There's no place for them to go, so they hit the streets and become, My mom had a friend who died about 15 years ago who lived with her best friend for more than 50 years. Hello, never mattered to her. Exactly. But sadly, it's a side that's not talked about, and it's a side that affects anyone who has a heart. And it affects so many kids. It affects so many kids. And it affects adults too. There are adults who cannot come to grips with who they are. I hung out with one, and she would never have me around her kids. She would never have me around her kids. And I'm like, how's come I can't meet your kids? She said, because you scream gay. I said, no, I don't. She said, yeah, I do. Because I have short hair and stuff. And I said, I don't scream it. I don't talk about it. I talk about my nephews, family, and stuff. I said, don't they know about you? She's like, no. And I don't want them to. They suspect, and my son doesn't like it. I said, do you think maybe they're ashamed because you're ashamed of yourself? I don't care who's gay as long as you're happy. My cousin been effeminate since he was born. Still single at 61. He does not have a partner, and we never talk about it. Sarah says the last time I saw my grandmother a few years before she died in 2007, at age 91, there was a big story in her small town paper about a lesbian who opened a restaurant with her partner. A lesbian from that town, the fix-it guy stopped by to look at her faucet, and she showed him that paper, probably for the 10th time that day for him. Connie says, I wish he would tell me. It does not matter a hill of beans. I love him to death regardless and will always be in his camp and have his back. He probably knows this, probably won't say none. He probably already knows it. He replied, I'm not qualified to judge those people, and if any of my kids had been that way, I would still love them. That's awesome. Too bad there's not enough of them. But honestly, what gives a person a right to out someone? For real. It's not even my right. If they're not ready, they're not ready. I've had girlfriends who weren't ready. I've been a girlfriend that wasn't ready. But I never threatened anyone. I just asked why. It's okay if you ask why. I ain't gonna say nothing. What the hell do I care? She told me she'd never known any gay people, and I told her, yes, you have. They just never told you. There are gay people living in this senior apartment building. Angela says, I haven't read an update on the story. Is a shooter in jail? I don't know. I honestly don't know. I don't know if the shooters are in jail or not. I don't know. There's plenty of people, I know for a fact, there are plenty of women who are married and have kids who are, and they did it. They got married and had kids because that's what was expected of them. And there's married women who just every once in a while, because they are, and they every once in a while. I know that for a fact because I've been the side. Another high school classmate was on a Discovery Channel show called Changing Sexes. I nearly fell off the couch when this guy held up his high school graduation picture. Wow. Sarah says, I hope they're in jail. I had absolutely no idea that this cute girl who always had perfect hair, clothes, and makeup was fighting such a terrible secret battle. It is. To fight it, it is. It really is. I applaud those that did what was expected of them, and it still goes on today. And to fight that, but it's also sad. I think it's because she was sleeping with him too, and it pissed her off. The only thing he ever did was oral on her. That is it. That's the extent of it. She let him once, 3 years ago. I would be hurt if the man I was screwing was also on the down low with men. He just performed oral on her once, 3 years ago. It's sad. You would think people would be over this hateful behavior by now. It's sad, but it's not. It's not over. What scared me is when Matthew Shepard was beat, tortured to death just because he was gay. Yeah, he was beat, tortured to death, and stuck up on a pole. Anybody can drive by and look at him. And that movie is what changed my mom's mind. My mom wasn't thrilled. She wasn't happy. She didn't know what to think. And then she watched. I was in her office, and playing on the computer, of course. She was watching the movie, and she came in and hugged me and kissed me, and she said, I don't care who or what you are my daughter, and I love you for who you are. And she never thought twice about it since. Never thought twice about it since. And she said, if your father doesn't like it, she said, I'm not losing a daughter over something stupid. Of course, my dad, he knows. There's a girl with a YouTube channel, Kate Flowers, who found out her father was gay after years. It took me a second watching him with her to know that. So cute together. Sarah said dodges Rotten Tomatoes. Matthew Shepard's murder was actually a drug deal gone sideways. Connie said she thought all fathers watched the Miss America pageant so excitedly. And Connie said, was it really, Sarah? I didn't know that. I didn't know it either. Okay, I didn't know, says Angela. Nick said it was horrible. Connie says, making me tear up, Les. Got that right, Mama. I'm serious. Boys Don't Cry is the movie. Boys Don't Cry is the movie, or no? That's another one, Boys Don't Cry. That's a different movie. That was based on a true story, too. Try living in Alabama being told your dad is going to hell because he's gay. How about being told to your face you're going to hell because you're gay? Boys Don't Cry was very good. Yes, it was. Pissed me off, too. There was me and a few of my friends. We were all gay. We're all gay, you know. We're sitting there watching it and getting pissed off. Dead serious. We were like, oh man. My mother-in-law asked my daughter who led her down the road of perversion. See, you should have heard my mom talk about gay people before. Oh my god, and lesbians were the worst. But it was the Matthew Shepard story that my mom watched. And that's when she came in. She said, I'm not going to lose a daughter over something stupid. You know, all gays know each other. My daughter and I laugh. Oh yeah, we certainly do. Yeah, Bill from Chicago. Yeah, I know him. Like there's only 10 of us and we all keep in touch. Please. But it's sad. It's truly, truly sad. Yeah, the gay network. It's sad. The thing of it is, though, when somebody finds out, what the hell? You try to extort them for money, and then they want I want $5,000. You're not getting $5,000. I told my dad needed to break up with his boyfriend, then he could get into heaven, really. You think it's that easy? You're still gay. For real. You're still gay. The God of my understanding is accepting of all people. Red freckles. Jeez, I'm sorry, Anna. I remember a Pete Buttigieg campaign appearance where this wacko started yelling that he was, name your expletive. I know, right? That is Alabama for you. Anna, I hate to tell you that, but that's every state for you. That's just not a Bama thing. Sir, they did an interview with a woman who was a Buttigieg supporter until she found out he was gay. I saw that too from the Iowa caucus. It's a shame. Can you imagine first man? I don't think that will ever happen, sadly. Never knew. Never thought there'd be a woman president. There almost was. So, there have been rumors about Cory Booker. Thinks I really like Julian. He likes Snoopy like me. Yay! It's a sad situation that we go through. I just, a life was lost because of her opinions. D-Bag, hello. Hi, Les, love your channel. Thank you, thank you. I'm always under belief, everybody has their own opinions. I ain't gonna kill anybody for their opinions. But you threaten me, you try to extort me, and that makes me want to beat the hell out of you. But I never thought about murder. Honey, what are you talking about? Remember Obama? That's what she's saying, you know. Never thought you had a black president. We ended up having one. They live in Florida and don't seem to have any problems. Well, it must be in the area, but I'm going to tell you that prejudice is in every state, in every city. It's not just a Bama thing. I've been to several states, trust me. So, and it's I feel more for the children, but I feel for the adults too. They have nowhere to turn. If they turn somewhere, they could be exposed. You know, I think that a lot of men were afraid to have a woman president. I was going to say more, but will remain apolitical. Thank you. Because actually, politics isn't the topic. Nikki Lee, hello. Hey, why are you sad, Les? I'm not sad. I said it's about this woman who threatened to expose someone for being gay. She wanted $5,000. They wouldn't pay. She gave him an hour to pay. Then she gave him an extra hour, and after that second hour, she went live and exposed him. And she ended up dead the next day. So, and it's a sad situation just because this dude is gay and she didn't like it. Because I guess 3 years before he went and performed oral on her, and she walked on him 3 years later doing the nasty with some guy. First of all, that's what you get for walking to somebody's house. Okay? Didn't matter if you left something there. You should have called. Or whatever. You don't just walk into someone's house, first of all. Secondly, that's what you get for not locking your doors. I do. So, yeah. And it's a sad situation. And she knew, she said, I'm coming out and telling you guys this because if something happens to me, you know who did it. And I was like, why didn't you go to the police? You know? Why? First of all, what business is the first to even try to out somebody? And secondly, it's a shame, like I said earlier, it's a shame that you'd rather be known as a murderer or kill yourself rather than be known as gay. What the hell? That's because we have nobody to turn to. I said, I'm an old woman. I don't give a shit. But I remember being young, and I remember being threatened to be exposed, and I wasn't ready. I had a career and stuff at the time, and I was moving up the chain, and I didn't want that out. I didn't want it out when I was in high school. I never dated anybody from my school. Never. I went to other schools. It's a shame. It's a sad situation that we live in. Kids, mostly, they kill themselves because of families. People want to expose them. They have nowhere to go. They have no one to talk to. So, sad situation. And it breaks my heart. Lives have been affected now because of one thing. And lives have been affected in a terrible way because of one thing. Thank you for your great channel, Les. Well, thank you, D-Bag. I appreciate it. I really do. Honey, I'm proud of my gay daughter. Well, apparently I have a cousin that's gay, Mom said. I don't know her. I see there's at least one in every family. Now, I do have a cousin, Ashley. My uncle adopted her. She's like me, she don't give a shit. It truly breaks my heart too, Les. I'm so ready for summertime. Me too. That's gotten so warm. My daughter's name is Ashley. I wonder if she's my cousin. Yeah, she's like me, because nobody in the family cares. I will never understand how someone else's life choices bother another person. It must be a projection of them hating themselves. People just hate gays. And that's including bis, transgender, lesbians. To me, it's all under the umbrella of gay. I don't understand why people must feel like they have to be a murderer or kill themselves rather than be known as gay. That's a shame. I'd rather be known as a murderer than be known as gay. That is so disgusting. They are probably just scared to admit their own lust. They're probably scared to admit something. But some people that's just the way they feel. hate gay people. We experience it every day. Well, I don't. I like to put them in their place. But I haven't run into that in years. Years and years. As a matter of fact, I've had so many people say that I've changed their mind towards gays because of how I am. But, but when you're 12, 13, 14 and you're coming into yourself and trying to get used to your own body, you're going through changes, you're hitting puberty, you begin puberty. There's a lot going up in here. You're liking people a lot. And one of the mistakes, I'm going to tell you right now, one of the mistakes that young people being gay and some young adults do the same thing still is they fall in love with a straight person. And that is heart crushing because they will never like you that way. You could never have them. When he thought she liked girls, came out to her parents, and now is dating a guy he likes both. Yeah. Or if you have a career like I did, I was moving up the chain, and I had a career, and I didn't want that out. Did not want that out. And when people found out because I was leaving, they were shocked. They're like, "No way." I said, "Yeah, I am." "No way." "Yeah." I said, "You know Bear?" Who they only knew the person by the name of Bear. "Yeah." I said, "Her name's Teresa." It's actually T-Bear. She is 16. We were like, she's dating. Wasn't she just 5? I know. They grow up so fast. Yeah, they do. Yeah. But I actually lost the job because the district manager found out I was gay. My girls don't know that I am bi. My husband does, but we plan to stay married. Been married for over 40 years. Hell yeah. It's a shame. It's very, very sad. And I don't know what we can do to stop it. People have a right to their opinion. If they don't like gay people, that's fine. Girls probably don't know, but don't care. Hell yeah. But if he were to pass away, I would not hesitate to be with a woman if the right one came along. Every family is different. You know. Funny you have a good husband. Yes, she does. But every family is different. I wasn't sure. I was scared to tell my nephews. But I told them when they were really young. Ian was 10. Cameron was 5. And I told them. Cameron was like, okay, and he ran off. And Ian just looked at me. And I'm looking down and I said, you have any questions, baby? And he said, you're still my aunt, right? I said, I will always be your aunt. And he said, okay. And he walked in the house. I mean, they never cared because we never made it an issue. Every person is different. The spectrum is endless. We do not fit in boxes. No, we don't. No, we don't. There you have gay people that live their life letting everyone know that they're gay. They're living their life to make a point. Me, I make a point just to live my life. I'm not one of those. You won't. There's nothing. There's no gay art. There's no female Woody Woodpeckers. There's nothing rainbow. There's nothing. I just make it a point to live my life. I never felt the need. And then there's some where you walk in their house and that's all it is. Gay art everywhere. The female Woody Woodpecker stickers, window clings on their trucks. You know. There's women who are totally flamboyant with it. Go to the max. And same with guys. They go to the max. I'm going to tell you something. I love it when the guys, when they're in drag. I do. I'm sorry. I'm one of them. I love it. And I love hanging out with them. I do. I love hanging. There's a guy in Columbus. His name's Howard. I always called him Howie. And he was always my date. If I was out and I wasn't anybody, girl, I was like, come on, girl. I said, sit on daddy's lap. And he just like, oh, if you were just the right one. I was like, you too. You know. I just love the guys. I do. I do. And they knew it. They all knew it. Well, I have never stepped out on him with a woman. It was something we pursued together a long time ago. Open relationships did not work for us. No, it never does. That is how my daughter is like you, Les. Aw. Woody Woodpecker is a gay icon. First I've heard. I said the female Woody Woodpecker. The female. There is a female Woody Woodpecker. And you should say it's Woody Woodpecker with all this hair. Connie's like, I love good drag queen. Miss Coco Peru is a laugh and a half. Oh, yeah. I'm the one who wishes I was gay, but like the wrong men instead. I love a good drag show. I do. And I love it when they're out on the town. I have to look that up. I've definitely heard of seahorses as lesbian symbols. Yeah, I had my girlfriend Teresa way back. Yeah, she had female Woody Woodpecker all over her truck. She said, I'm going to get one for your car. I said, I don't want it on my car. We're going to get you one. It bothers her, she says. Heck yeah. I said, I don't want it on my car. She said, you need to get a truck. I said, I don't want a truck. I don't want a cat. I don't want pink fuzzy slippers. I don't wear flannel. Except for at Halloween. I have that one red flannel shirt that I wear at Halloween. It's the only time it's on. The only time. You've never heard of a female Woody Woodpecker? Oh, yeah. Has all this long blonde hair. And everything. It's funny. Oh, my 89-year-old mother and I saw the most beautiful trans lady the other night. She was scandalized. I felt dowdy. My last boyfriend called me fat, so I punched him. Oh my god. I know when I was living in Boardman, I'd go to Youngstown. Oh my god. You could not tell. Cheryl's like, you see that over there? She'd tell me, oh, so that's really, oh my god, he's gorgeous. She's like, I know. And she drives down just to look at him. Winnie Woodpecker? Yeah, all I know is a female Woody Woodpecker. It could be Winnie Woodpecker. I know she looks like a woodpecker. Looks like a woodpecker that has all this blonde hair and shit. I always called it the female Woody Woodpecker because I don't know her name. So that's probably it. And yeah. But there's all types in both groups. But I love. Oh God, I miss Howie so much. I do. I loved hanging out. Of course, that was 20 some years ago, 20 years ago, 25 years ago. I just loved it. I loved him. He'd always give me free tickets to the shows. We'd go to Axis for the drag shows. He'd always give me free tickets. Always. We took my daughter and her girlfriend to San Francisco. They said, "Mom, we feel like we are home." See, I'm one of those. I may not feel like I'm home there because everybody I know is straight. All my friends are straight. Everybody I know is straight. Dead serious. Good night, Les. Next time. You have a good night, Carrot Top. Thank you for coming in. Leave a thumbs up on your way out, honey. Anna said she's been single ever since she punched her boyfriend. But yeah, everybody I know is straight. So I don't know. But then again, I was at home when Greg said, "I need you to come with me." And I was like, "Why?" Well, Greg was doing his first drag show. And so he took me with him when everybody else was getting ready to. That's a rare thing to see. Is all these guys getting done up and what they go through. And it was fun. I have to admit, it was fun. Of course, they let me back there because they knew. I knew a lot of them anyway. And it was fun. I have to admit, watching them get ready for the drags. She was wearing an amazing sparkly mini dress. Loved it, said Red Freckles. I would too. I get out there. I used to dance with him and everything. I mean, like when me and when we literally, he would be my date for the night, and he would be my woman, and I'd be his man, literally. And we'd get out there and dance and do whatever. And then when he looked, of course, he was in his when he worked, he was in his guy thing, but nights he would actually dress up. And so Hamburger Mary's as best drag show. Now, Les, were the drag queens mostly trans or not? No, they weren't. They weren't trans. Gypsy Queen, hello. I know a drag in California, and I used to love to watch him and others get ready on Periscope. They were so funny. They are. Hamburger Mary's is where he works. Oh my gosh. They just like being in drag. Yeah. Restaurant in Tampa, Connie. Gypsy Queen said so much fun. It is, isn't it? I had so much fun back there. It was fantastic. Yeah, fantastic. They're like, "You're getting a show, aren't you?" I said, "Yeah." It was fantastic. I loved it. Loved it. We don't here in Columbus. We don't have the best drag shows because they like to lip sync. But I went to this one. Drag show, and it was in It was down near Middleton, And it was this rickety, beat up looking place. Dead serious. I'm like, this looks like a honky tonk bar. And they said, well, it usually is, but once a week they turn it into a drag show. I'm like, oh, I can just imagine. Best drag show I've ever seen. These people actually sang their own songs. Best drag show. Oh my god. Of course, you had all the stars there. You had Bette Midler. You had Cher. You had Liza Minnelli. You had all of them. They were all there. And these people would sing. And oh my god, the best drag show I've ever seen. I've never been to a drag show or a gay bar. Really? Love me some Cher drag. Oh yeah, Cher drag. You should, Snicker, you should go. I recommend it. My straight friends want me to take them. They want to go experience it so bad. And I said, well, the closest one's in Columbus and Axis. Sachet Shanti. But that was the best drag show. It looked like a rundown, rickety shack looking thing. I had so much fun. And they would come out into the audience. Of course, it's just a regular bar and you're sitting at tables, but they would just make play the room. They played that room and they sang their own songs. And I'm like, oh my god. Oh my god. Do you watch Bingo King? He films Della in Indiana. She's amazing. No. And then they have there's quite a few gay clubs. It's all in short north in Columbus. And the big one is Wall Street. And Della has a voice like Celine. Never heard. And there they would have the drag shows, and then they would have Kings of the Night. And that's where the women dressed up as men. And they had a competition. It's a once-a-year competition. That was disturbing, but it was fun. I don't like this as much as I do the drag, but the Kings of the Night is what it was called. And these women dress up as guys, and you couldn't tell the difference. Could not tell. And they tried to get me to do it for I don't know how many years, for like 5 years. I'm like, nah, no. They're like, you'd win. No, I'm not doing it. It is Eric, but his channel is Bingo King. No. Funny, the men are tucking and women are stuffing. But they would put on fake beards and mustaches, and they wouldn't put the ones that are already made and you glue them on. No, they did real hair, and they would glue it on by strands. I couldn't do that. I didn't want to do it. I'm such a dull little brown wren. You're not dull, Red Freckles. You're not dull at all. Yeah, I couldn't do it. And they said, you cut your hair short anyway. And I said, what does that have to do with price tea in China? Of course, I was thinner too, and I probably would have looked good in a suit. You never know. Who knows? Tips Queen, I'm with you. Yeah, I couldn't do it. No, because of my luck. And I know my luck. I'd be leaving the club or whatever, going to my car or going downtown, dressed up still, and a bunch of women think I'm really a guy. No. No. Mm-mm. Although, never mind. My little saltier side's starting to come out again. But that would have been interesting. um, Eric is how I found out about you so long ago. It seems, yeah, a long time ago. I thought he was in Chicago. Well, that isn't far, really. Now that you're thinking about it, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Hmm. 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 Put me on a purple suit. Give me a purple suit. The right one, like my dad has or something. Dad, I need your purple suit. Why? Don't worry about it. White suit and a Panama hat. No, I don't think I'd look. If I had my tan, probably. Mmm. This is the last dance. Oh, God. I can't let my pervy side out no more. Let's be pimpin'. I'm pretty sure I could. Mm-hmm. Get me a black fedora, put a feather in it. I'll go up there and all of a sudden I'll sing Donna Summer. They're like, what? Mm-hmm. I could see that. Oh my god. I just don't know if I could wear the apparatus down there around, because I just don't know if I could. I don't know. Oh. Plus, that's something not a lot of women like. You know. Copen, where have you been? Oh my god. Cause when I'm bad, I'm so, so bad. Y'all, Copen Clark has made an appearance. Yes. She's been gone. Well, she wasn't feeling well there for a while. So let's dance. The last dance. Let's dance. The last dance. So let's dance. The last dance tonight. Well, just saying, I love me a sparkly beaded gownless evening strap. Ooh. Really? It has been a bit, huh? Yeah, it's been a bit. Hmm. There you go. Going to Mardi Gras Tuesday. Awesome. Awesome. Hope you have tons of fun. The doctors keeping us pain free and walking as much as they can, and I can. Awesome. Awesome, Copen. How can I hit the question mark to save my life? Me neither. Me neither. I'm usually in bed by 8 p.m. but do watch your vids. Oh, Copen. I have cool news. My niece got the part of Lady Capulet in Romeo and Juliet. Well, congratulations to her. Yay. I can't be too loud because I'm in the kitchen and it reverberates. No, Connie, that was 6 years ago. This is chronic. Ooh, for Shady's niece. Hell yeah. Yeah, I didn't want to say anything, Copen. I figured if you want people to know, you'll let them know. I didn't want to say too much. So much for dinner. She's excited. Awesome. We're holding off on steroid shots and on opiate-based meds. Miss having Copen in here. Mm. Mm. You know, before I can't travel and before I can't walk, I ought to make another trip over to Axis. Yeah, opiates have their place. They get a bad name and not everyone abuses them. Hope things get better, Copen. So, how you been, Les? I've been pretty good. Busy, but pretty good. How you been? You need to be behaving. See, Connie, what happened was Copen decided to get into butt kicking contest. Mm-hmm. She was using both legs. And now she did her legs in. That's terrible. Well wishes to get better, Copen. That's what she gets for kicking butt. There's a guy here. And he had his leg amputated from knee down. And he goes around this wheelchair. And he is always falling out of it because he's always trying to kick somebody's butt. Literally takes his other leg and tries to kick. On days I have work to do, I take the meds, but not every day. Yeah, you should see the other guy. It's that BKB. Never heard of it. Mm-mm. I do hope people can hear me. What else was I going to say? There was something else I was going to talk about. But mostly it was about that article somebody sent me a text tonight. Bare knuckle boxing. Okay. Beats UFC. My cousin has been on opiates for over 30 years and can take them or leave them. I'm the same way. If I don't need them, I don't take them. Literally. My mom, when she was alive, hit people with her crutches. I used to take care of a guy who always had a cane and he'd walk around. Well, he wouldn't walk around, he'd scoot around in his wheelchair. And he'd take his cane and just whap people in the back of the legs. I'm like, now Mike, come on. I said, now give me the cane. And he was Polish, so he'd speak half Polish and half English. Mike, I can't hear you. I mean, I can't understand you. And the funny thing is, his son was in the room. His son was also in the same place. He was in the room next to him. Mike would go down there just to start beating him up with it. He was a mean old man. You just had to know how to take care of him. He was vicious. If he didn't like you, he was going to get you. He never hit me. I told him, I said, you turn around and hit me in the back legs with that, I swear to God, I'm going to take that and beat it over your head. I know better than to abuse my meds. Just had 40 years of sobriety, so I follow doctor's directions. Hell yeah. One guy had a mirror at the end of his cane so he could look up the ladies' dresses. Oh my God. That's all I can do, one day at a time. There was something else I was wanting to talk about, and for the life of me, I cannot remember what it is. I thought about it yesterday, but I came on because of that text. It just made me so sad. 4 years sobriety and coming up on my 70th birthday. You go, girl. You go, girl. She's a spunky little thing. Spunky. Liz, I just want to tell you how much I truly appreciate you and your chats, truly. Well, thank you, Red Freckles. I appreciate that. Just don't forget to give me a thumbs up on the way out. Always look forward to seeing Les live. I'm glad you guys do. My side gig is scrapping metal. Coven, are you one of those? Are you the one with 5 dogs? Will do. We'll give you a thumbs up right now. My van holds 900 pounds of scrap. Really? And she has 6 dogs. Oh my goodness. Lesbot, don't forget to hit the thumbs up and smash the subscribe and bell icon. She had the back seats removed. And scrap metal, mucho respect. She's at the scrapyard once a week. SJ, hello. Washing dishes. Oh, hello, SJ. Wash them dishes. She does $400 to $500 a month. I ain't got that kind of gumption. I'd like to. I just can't do it anymore. I can't move like that. I can barely walk through my house. Wow, Copen, that's some good scratch. Still clean 5 homes and dog sit. Damn. Me too, on the walking through the house. Yeah. They're gonna try to find out what's wrong. Snickerdoodle. God, I was thinking about having some snickerdoodles. I was like, I can go for some ice cream and snickerdoodles. There's Anna Fulton. I was just wondering to myself where you were. Hello, chat. Need prayers for my youngest son who is back in the hospital in Indianapolis. Going to move him up on heart transplant list. Oh my gosh. Oh, I hope they do. Looks it up today. Les applied for the disability back around the 1st of October. Okay. Gotta be working toned up good for a 70-year-old. And all the pain. Hell yeah. Coming up on 5 months. It took me about 9. Anna, you are in my thoughts. Cope and Connie, when I went for disability, it took 6 months to get checked. She has to go through the court process first. Oh, it took me, I think it was 3 months after I went to court, I got my first check. I hope they move him up. I really do. I was hoping that I would not have to go to court. I hope not, but... Anna had brownie sundae. The brownie was warm. Yeah, they do retro. They do retro. Just letting you know what's happening. Hugs and love, my friends. Keep you all updated. Please do. Please do. From the time you sign up. No, they changed that. They changed that, Copen. But I have a lawyer who does not appear to be doing much. They never appear to be doing much, but they do something. But I had a lawyer too. Hearing our prayers, praying nice. EMO on the warm brownie. Lawyers don't do much, but they want their cut. They're the first ones to get paid. They get paid for you. It comes out of your money. But they changed that. They take 6 months from the time you're deemed disabled or something. I was going to ask if you had a lawyer, but you answered that. You'd regret it if you didn't. Damn, they're taking 20% of yours? Really? No way. You getting robbed. First 2 times I did not, Sarah. 20%. Oh, hell no. Kark says here it's 23%. 20% for as long as you need disability, or 20% of the first payment. They get 20% of your total money coming to you. They get 20% of your total amount of money. Mine was 15%, so... And they're the first ones to get paid. But I think it only took me 3 months to get my first check. I think it was that long. I don't even think it was that long. Yeah, but they don't get paid unless I do. That's true. I don't get paid unless you get paid. So I thought that since they took my case, I must have a good one. They have never even laid eyes on me. Really? You haven't even had a consult? When my case was over, the attorneys and liens paid, I got a few dollars. Yeah, usually just on the phone. Really? I had a consult. I had to go in. I called them first, and then I had an appointment with them afterwards. Um, so and then went in and they did everything, and but my attorney had a 92% um winning record. Um, she was going to end. She was going to refer me to another attorney because my attorney had cancer, and they had to postpone my first court appearance because of her being sick, which I understood. I said that's not a problem. And she asked me because she had a friend of hers who said they would take it, and they had a 97% winning record. And I said, no, I'm happy with you. So I would be happy to go in and show them my legs. Mine is supposed to specialize in Social Security. Mine did too. I guess every place is different. Every place is different. So if I gotta work early, Les, don't forget how much I appreciate your sane presence, night all. You have a good night, Red Freckles, and thank you so much. Thank you for coming in. And don't forget to hit that thumbs up on the way out. Get some sleep. My accent was in Utah, so I had to have attorney from there. I flew back and forth a lot to meet with him. Sarah said every situation is different. Yeah, every situation is different. I feel like I need to contact my paralegal tomorrow and see what the hold up. Right, Freckles. Night, Freckles. Connie, sleep. What is that? Clark says all of that came from settlement. He knew I had a case, so went all out. Yeah. The only doctor she had me see, my attorney had me see, was a shrink. I said I'm not crazy. I don't know either, Connie. I've been finding out lately what it is. It's a good thing I found out. Sleep is good. I saw April was back in your vid I watched. Yeah, April's back. Yep. Yeah. So it was nice to see her back here. I worked at home night shift for so long that now I'm retired. I still stay up all night long. And doze on and off during the day. I just flat out go to sleep. Believe it or not, this chair I sleep a lot in. If you want to know the truth. You said notice I didn't remove your wrench. Yeah. I knew what was going on behind the scenes, so, and you know that's for her place. She wants to tell people, but I knew what was going on behind the scenes. Wish my doc would prescribe something for sleep, but he won't. Really? Hmm. Mine prescribed me Ambien, but I haven't taken that in so long. I'm sure if he prescribed it and I take it, I'd be sleeping right now. Nope, because of medication I am on Sabal. Ah, okay. That's why. That's why he won't. Carlton takes trazodone. Trazodone don't do shit for me. I think I might try melatonin and see if it will help me. It helps some people. I wish I could take Ambien, but it made me sleep, eat. I do not like trazodone. Ambien is extremely dangerous. I can't believe that's remained on the market. I took it when I needed it. I never abused it or nothing. Melatonin just doesn't do a thing for me. The Ambien, what it did for me, it didn't really put me to sleep. What it is when I did go to sleep, I slept. I wouldn't wake up 15 times or nothing. I actually slept. Melatonin is probably the safest sleep remedy out there. I personally use generic Benadryl. That stuff doesn't do a thing for me. None of that. Ambien made Roseanne Barr do crazy. Yeah. I cooked. I was taking Ambien and I cooked. I made mac and cheese during that time. When I first started taking it for the first couple weeks, I made corn dogs and shit. I wouldn't know it until the next day there was a plate of food. I'm like, no, I don't recall. I don't like Benadryl either. Shady said, my friend made microwave popcorn on Ambien, didn't remember. For the first couple weeks I did. Lunesta or whatever, those types on Ambien, I would wake up in front of the fridge eating. Sarah said that's dangerous too. I've heard of people driving under its influence. That's the first caution is driving. So the keys were hid. That's serious. I probably would have driven. That is the first thing. My shrink told me that and I said, well, we'll hide the keys. And they were. Well, it's almost midnight here and I need to try to sleep. Okay, Copen. You get some sleep, honey. I am so glad you came. For real. That's awesome. You get some CPs. Night, Copen. You continue to do good, sweetie. I just dropped in to see what condition my condition was in. Oh. When my mom was on it, she would sleep with her eyes open. Freaking creepy, says Snickerdoodle. Oh my god. That is creepy. Good night. Hug your dogs for me. I'm glad I caught you live before I signed off. Me too. Me too, Clark. That is freaky deaky. My daughter would do that when she was a baby. Sure will, Shady, says Clark. Hug them little poochies. Speaking of, I wonder if I can do this. Hold on, I'm gonna get my poochie. Where's my poochie? Come here, poochie. There you are. Oh. There he is. There's my little Poochie. There's my Poochie. Look at him. Look at him. There's Jimmy. Oh God. It is thirsty here, ready for... It is 30 here, ready for summer. They are such bad, spoiled, rotten. Sarah, woof. Connie's Fufu, Jimmy, Fifi. But I wouldn't have them any other way. And it's like, hi doggy, this is my pet. Don't him look cute. He's like, Mom, I'm gonna get something to drink. You do that, Jimmy. Go ahead, honey. Oh, God. Yeah, that's when she was going through terminal cancer. She couldn't sleep, so they put her on it. But yes, nothing like seeing her mom with her eyes wide open and snoring away. Oh, that's weird. Yeah. My, what big teeth you have. Better to eat watermelon with. Or a carcass. Whichever you prefer. Look at him. Look. Oh. I didn't know if he'd show up in front or not. What's this? Oh, okay. I know, I saw that on a vid of yours I was watching 2 days ago. He likes pineapple. My husband tells me to cut my dog's food up, and I'm like, he has canines for a reason. Hell yeah. He's a big boy, 70 pounds. Wow. It's like my golden retriever. Oh, gosh. Oh, dogs rule. Well, my pet rules. He truly does. Oh, you guys, I don't know if I'll ever get this structure built. Always have to Google if it is safe to give them certain foods. Just don't give dogs chocolate. And dogs love beer. You working on some dominoes, Les? Yeah, I have it right here. Right here in front of me. I'll show you what I'm working on. Les Animal, Jimmy Pineapple. Yeah, this is... Ooh. I'm not finished with the first layer yet, but it's what I'm working on. Whoops. Wow, don't make a wrong move and topple them. Oh girl, you have no idea. I've had it 8-10 levels high and the whole bottom done. You know, I've had this, my finger would twitch and just there'd be over 1,000 dominoes all over the table. I've tried to build this thing 6 times. So, but this one's looking pretty good. Makes you want to cry, I bet. I just look at it and just go, they'll hear me and I'll go, no! And I just sit there and separate them and start over again. Do you work for Bulk Dominoes? Did I hear? No, I don't work for Bulk Dominoes at all. I do not. It's just a company that's near me. But I'm thinking about doing. They have a thing where I could sell, and I could make money that way. I would be saying some expletives. I've only done that twice. Like earlier, I actually took out a corner and I had to rebuild this one corner right here, and I went F. So I had to rebuild a corner. Distribute, yeah. You know, like take orders and distribute it and stuff. They would distribute it from their warehouse, of course. Yeah, I can leave this thing on and I can concentrate on doing my project and you guys can watch me do it. Hey, it's me, Rebecca. Hey, lady, been a long time. Just want to say hi. What are you doing, Rebecca? Now, there are appliances that help you stack them. I do it all by hand. Nope. I just do it by hand. Like I said, I can leave live stream on all night and you can see me work on it, and then you can see it when it falls down. Like that, you load the dominoes into. Oh, they have that for kids, but for these, no, there's nothing. Hey Connie, you sexy Les, just surfing the YouTube, saw you live. Awesome, awesome. Awesome, awesome. Okay, I saw this video in a gym done with all the games like Life and Candyland, and it was amazing. Oh yeah. I'll be getting into that as soon as I get the program. I'll be getting into all that. I just need the program. And what you can do is you can take any picture and you can have it pixelated, and they'll pixelate it for the program will pixelate it, and it'll tell you what colors you need and where they go. You have to show them what size domino you're using. You got to put the dimensions in of your dominoes and the size you're wanting the picture to be, and they'll pixelate it and they'll tell you what colors to use where. They had Risk and Monopoly and Mousetrap and stuff. It was crazy, yeah. How long it took those people to make those dominoes? About a week. It took, I know when you're talking about, it took them a team of 12 at 10 hours a day for a week, if not more than 10 hours. Sometimes they only get like 3 or 4 hours sleep before they have to go back and do it and start on it, to get it finished up. It takes a long time. Wow, and it took minutes to make it all go away. I know, it's fantastic. Just like this thing, what I've gotten so far, it took hours. Oh, Anna's going to bed. You have a good night, Anna. Thank you for coming in. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up on the way out. Always a pleasure when she comes in. You can tell when she hasn't worked because she doesn't bitch about work first. Poor Anna. She hates Walmart. She truly does. I feel her for her sometimes. Like I said, I loved watching that video. I love it. I want to do the murals and stuff. I just need the program. So, and I have to find out how much it costs. Bye, Connie. LOLS. But yeah. And when I start building structures like this, everybody's like, oh, they hate to sit at the table. I'm gonna work for Walmart. We went the other night and they had one register open and the rest of the employees were just standing around. Don't you hate that? I hate that. 40 registers and one open. Yup. They're supposed to pull people off the floor if there's no cashiers. I hate Walmart and people, says Rebecca. And it was around midnight. Yeah, no kidding. Why have them then? Because they used to be busier. Usually after 11 o'clock, they only have one register open, and I think that's stupid. I said, you got these self-registers, do-it-yourself registers. Let people do it themselves. They should pay me to check myself out. They were guiding everyone to self-checkout. See, they closed the self-checkout here at 11 also. So there really is one register open, and it's usually the slowest person they can think of. But they're supposed to call people off the floor. So, but they don't. They don't. I hate self-checkouts with one exception. I've always had to call someone over and it took longer. Well, that one register is where we go because they're the only ones that sell the cigarettes. Yep. It's usually the only one they have open at night. Rebecca says, we have self-checkout. That's the only way to do it. I swear I get the slowest people too. Sarah says, that one time was at Target. I had two things and every line, even the express, was 10 or 15 deep. So I used it that one time. Mama HD, hello. Hi Les, love your streams. Well, thank you, Mama. I appreciate it. You can help me out by hitting that thumbs up. But thank you. I don't mind doing self-checkout because I was a cashier for Walmart. Even when I was a manager at Walmart, I was on register. I figured, why call people to register if I won't do it myself? I was one of them. So I'd be up there with them. Yeah, we were looking for a monitor because mine went out and they had blocked off the entire electronics section with carts and just had one little place to enter because of theft, they said. Yeah. Rebecca says, well, I gotta go to bed. Good seeing you again. I have you, like, stay sexy. Thank you. Don't be a stranger, Rebecca. Don't be a stranger. So, whoops. I gave you a like, sorry. She's just sexy for her shirt, too sexy for her shirt, so sexy it hurts. I'm a model, you know what I mean. I do my little turn on the catwalk. I used to do that to the boys, because especially Cameron, he was in diapers, and that's when the song was popular. It wasn't even one yet. and I would change his diaper and I'd sing that, and then have him go down the hall singing to his mom or his brother. It was funny. The shit I did to poor Cameron. Why that kid talks to me this day, I'll never know. I'll never know. I put a dish towel on his head one time, and one of Cheryl's hair thingies around it, and put on little baby sunglasses on him, and he was a sheik, because he's Jordanian. And I had him walk around with his diaper and sing that song. Cheryl would just look at me. She's like, Les. I'm like, what? Cameron liked it. She has a picture of it. Still to this day, she still has that picture. I was like, he's laughing. What difference does it make? The kid couldn't even walk. We were just going down trying. My mom would sing Mares eat oats and does eat oats and little lambs eat ivy. When I was younger, I could not for the life of me figure out what a lamb's divvy was. I have no idea. I have no idea. What lambs eat ivy was. Oh. What a lambs eat ivy. Okay. Man. I never got sung. No. And every kid song that you're supposed to know, my dad messed it up for me. He did. He messed up a lot of things for me, and I believed it, and I would go to school telling the teachers they were wrong. I remember literally we were learning about it's true. Oh my god, my little teapot. Couldn't tell you the real words to it. Pancake. This is my dad's. Pancake, baker's man. Bake daddy a cake as fast as you can. Roll, throw in the oven, go. That's what I thought it was. I didn't know it was all this other bullshit. I remember being in 3rd grade, we were learning about the Panama Canal, and my dad always told us, and he told us the story several times where my great Uncle Eb built the Panama Canal with a shovel. And I went to school, and I fought the teachers. I said, no, my great Uncle Eb built it with a shovel. My dad said so. And my mom got a phone call. She said, Albert, you need to stop telling this girl that. My dad messed up a lot of things for me. I'm dead serious. He did. He messed up a lot of stuff. And it didn't help. I had a drawl. I had a southern drawl. And, because my parents moved up here from West Virginia. So they still had their drawl. And so I'm going through school, and I had a southern drawl. And they couldn't understand some of the words I was saying. And they really thought I had a speech impediment. So the school called my mom to set up an appointment. And after they were talking to my mom a few minutes, they realized what was going on. My parents don't have their drawl anymore. But when I was 5, 6 years old, they still had it, and I still talked it. I was having a hard time with spelling states, and my mom told me to write it down, and and look at it, cheat, and I did, and got caught, and they called her. It was Missouri, I think, or Mississippi. I got, but I had trouble with Missouri. Oh, I understand. Now, one thing my dad did help me on, which was good, and I told my classmates this and I told my teacher, when we had to learn what a preposition was. And Dad said, anything you can do to a cloud is a preposition. I went, huh? He said, you can go over it, you can go through it, you can go under it, you can go around it. You know, he said, those are prepositions. You can do anything you can do to a cloud. And that's how I learned my prepositions. So I would tell my classmates. So my teacher asked, what are you telling Jeff and them? And I told her. I said, this is how my dad taught me to learn prepositions. She said, I'm going to use that. I said, okay. That is one thing my dad, I've never forgotten that. And there was another thing, two things my dad taught me. The second one was always ask questions. There is never a stupid question. He said more than likely somebody else will have the same question and is afraid to ask. Conjunction, junction, what's your function? I love Saturday cartoons. Schoolhouse Rock, hell yeah. So I've always remembered that. I've always remembered it. The more you know. Hell yeah. But normally I would end this live stream right about now. But you know, if anybody wants to see me put my thing together, I'll keep it live. And I'll just turn the thing around and I'll do my thing. If you want, you have to let me know. Very cool. Keep it on for a while, Les. Okay. I'll be off and on playing a game. Alright. Figured it was like cool. Yeah, I think I can still see some of the chat when I turn it around and lower it. But but those that don't want to watch me put my thing together and then eventually see it topple, normally I'd end it about now, so when I die I will come over and watch. I think it's interesting. When you die? Really, Connie? Oh my god. Well, let me put my pizza up over here on the stove. Well, when I die in my game, okay. Sticker says my girlfriend says cool. Alright. So, it can look sturdy, but, you know, I could hit it, my finger will twitch, my thumb will twitch. You know. I'll leave it on for a little bit. And then, Beth Gilbertson, hello. I'll leave it on for a little bit, and you can watch me put this together if you want. Sounds like fun. All right. So, because I really want to try to get this together. But it could, like I said, my finger could twitch, my thumb could twitch. I can hit it with my hand, which I'm good at doing. So, let me. So, if y'all don't want to watch, you have a good night. Thank you for coming. I appreciate it. And I'll leave this on so for those that want to watch me build my thingy, my cube, this is what I do. So let me put my stuff up. And I think I might still want to drink some of that. That's cold. So this way, voila. Get in there. And then, like I said, y'all could watch and ask questions if you want, or do whatever. I don't mind. I'm gonna set that on there. Woo. Okay. So, first thing I gotta do though is I take my meds right after I end my live stream. So I gotta do that. So yeah, I take my meds and everything first. I guess I'll turn this around until I get started. Sarah, you have a good night. Thank you for coming in. I appreciate it. So, I'm gonna put the mouse up there. This is the first thing I do after a live stream. Is I go take my meds. And considering I just got up around 11, I'm still awake. I'm not tired yet. Whoop. So I take my aspirin. Thanks for reminding me. Need to take my meds too. Yeah, if I don't, trust me, I feel it the next day. I mean, I really do. So I do that. And, like I said, June 6th is a tentative time to where I'm setting for a Guinness World Record. I'm not sure what time. Deonda said she would be a witness. And Sandra McCormick said she would be a witness. So, she might be over before then. Her husband works up the street from me. So he would just drop her off and pick her up. I'm going to try to get it. It's just a spiral. It's nothing major big. I'm not even going for that big of a spiral. It's just that nobody has a record. So, and I'm just doing this because I want to see how the process works. But I won't hear back from him until May. So, and I will be live streaming it. It will be live streamed. They'll send me they'll send me if they accept it, which is it was their title I picked. I didn't pick my own. It was their title. And they said nobody had it. So I picked their title. I just did it to see how the process works. And so I should be accepted for it. And then they'll send me a paper on exactly what I need to do, but I already know that, yeah, it takes 3 months after they get the application. And I sent it in February, beginning of February. It takes 3 months for them to get back with you to let you know yay or nay. Because they have thousands a week. And then they'll send me a paper on, like I said, exactly what I need, but I already know right offhand that I'm going to need 2 witnesses, and I'm going to live stream it because that was in the application itself. So I already know I need that. Okay. Okay. Got that taken care of. Down the shots, and then I'll be ready to go. So once I get the first one done, I'm going for several more. And I asked Fran. I said, "Aren't you excited for me?" She said, "Yeah, if it's something you want to do." She said, "But Les, nobody talks about it anymore. Nobody cares about a world record." I said, "That's not the point. The point is, it's something I wanted to do since I was a kid." Getting off to battle, but have you on in the background. Wish me luck. I wish you luck, Connie. But I said, it doesn't matter if people talk about it or not. Ouch. So that isn't the point. It's something I've wanted to do. I've always liked looking at the Guinness World Records. It doesn't matter if people talk about it left or right. But when I die, you can literally say I'm a world record holder. So I can say that before I die. And it'd be official. And after I do it, then, and they check it, then they will send me my certificate and stuff. So, my title paper, it'll have my name and what my title is for and stuff. Did the wrong end, son of a bitch. So, I hate it when I do that. I hate it when I do that. Alright, there we go. So you guys are literally seeing what I do after a live stream. And if I'm really tired, I usually just sit there and go to sleep. For real. That would be really cool, Les. Well, thank you. I want several. But I'm just doing this one because I just want to see how the process works. So, I plan on doing several of them. Planning on it. I wish my granddaughter was here. She can give me shots I don't even feel them. Thanks, that was Hez. Heading back in again. Oh my god. Megan, hello. Let me put this stuff back. Okay. What you doing, Megan? I just walked in while you were injecting yourself. Yeah. Cringe to the max. Sorry about that. I was actually ended my live stream like 15 minutes ago, but I'm working on a project, a Dominoes project, and I said if you guys want to see it, I can leave it on. So in a few minutes you'll see what I'm working on. And by the time I'm done with this, it's going to be over 2,000 dominoes after I'm done with it. How much exactly, I don't know. It depends on how high I have to make it to look like a square. I'm working on a cube. A domino cube. Except for normally now I would turn on my scary stories and just listen to that while I do this. But I'm working on a cube. And when they're small, they're not so fragile. But when they're bigger, they're extremely fragile. So once I get the last 2 lines done, because I've only got 5.5 lines, so I need to do the last 2.5. Once I get them done and get them 5 levels high, that should be over 550 dominoes. Once I get 10 levels high, that's going to be 1,280 dominoes. So, you know, but it's so touchy right now, and just gotta do what I gotta do. It looks pretty good so far. Might have to straighten. Might have to straighten this out just a tad. Straighten this side out just a tad. Come on. But straighten this one out just a tad. It takes hours and hours to do. So, alright, I'll turn it around so you can see what I'm working on. Ouch. Put it down so y'all can see. And That color where it looks black is actually green. Believe it or not. I don't know why it's looking black on there. It could be because it's green and I'm on OBS, so it's going to look black. And the one underneath it is called Sour Apple, and it's between yellow and green, and that's why they're looking like that, because I have the OBS on. So, but it's actually green. So, anywho, and it only works. I only work like I'll do so many lines, and I'll start doing it, and I'll do so many lines, and then I'll start doing them on top, because it's easier to build up at an angle. So that's why. So this is what I do. And then I'll grab my little dish. And I'm going to try to attempt to do the next level. How is your sugar level tonight? I haven't checked it yet. It should be pretty good, actually. It should be. So this color I'm using is ice, because I like color in my stuff, and like I said, this level is supposed to be green. This is Sour Apple, which is between green and yellow. I am through the OBS, so it's going to look dark. This is ice. Don't ask me why it's looking like that. See my little ashtray? It's green. Cameron made that. He said it's supposed to be an apple. I said so, but alright. So I'm going to concentrate on this for a few. And then I have these little dishes, as you can see. Like, I have these little dishes because it's easier. Like, I have setting out, except for this one, 128 dominoes. Well, 130 dominoes for every color except for those last two. And it's just easier. There's 138 of each color. Soon it'll be 138 of the gray and the purple back there. 130, I mean. Because each level takes 128 dominoes, and when I'm working on several colors at a time, it's easier to have them separated in dishes. So, you know, it's just easier. Instead of having them spread all over the table. So, wait a second, there's something missing. Alright, I needed the other light on. Pretty soon, like when I come out of the office, I'll actually have one of the lights on the table when I'm doing it. On one of the big lights that I have in the office. But right now, I can only do what I can do. Alright. Alright, here we go. Okay. Shit. Yeah, I don't like stuff. Better. Son of a bitch. So you can see sometimes these dominoes will move. I'm trying to be so gentle. It didn't move, thank God. But do need to do this. Do need to do that. Just a touch. And it's so weird because when I place a domino, I stop breathing. I hold my breath. Ouch. This is like watching paint dry, I know. Ugh, but when you're actually doing it, wasted that cigarette. Okay, this is what I was trying to find earlier. Now I found it. There you go. Whoops. Alright, come on. No, 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 no. There. Moved. Come here. Excuse me. Okay. Maybe back. 6. Damn it. There you go. Oh, yay. strong. What's this doing up there? Awesome. Get back in there. Oh, my hands started twitching there. That's the problem I have with doing dominoes, is that my fingers, especially my thumb, the other day was just going at it. I couldn't do them at all. But my fingers will twitch, or my hand will twitch. So I was lucky it didn't come over then when my fingers twitched. Could have went right down. See, the only thing you're doing, I'm going to show how to build a cube, but what I'm doing right now is just connecting all the parts. And that way they'll all fall down. They can't all fall down if they're not connected. So that's all you're doing, is connecting. Okay. This thing, if should be at least 16 stones high, at least, if not 18. So, and that's what they call dominoes. They also call them stones. As you can see, it's not a quick process at all. Not even for somebody who has hands that are in the steadiness that are normal, you know. I don't have that steadiness. I have the twitch in my fingers. Every once in a while, my hand will just go, you know. But even I'm still, I'm still wanting to do it, and if it takes me longer, it takes me longer, you know. Point is, I'll get it done eventually. Are these always perfect? No. No, I'm not a professional. But there are, sometimes there are apparatus that will help, but not for, mini dominoes. Usually it's the pro size everybody's worried about, and they do. Not many people do mini dominoes, but I think that's silly because with mini dominoes, they're easy to carry around. World records are easier to obtain with mini dominoes. I can have 30,000 mini dominoes in a very small space, whereas if I had 30,000 pro-size dominoes, I'd need half a wall. You know, all these huge containers, bins, and stacked up on each other and stuff. You know, at least with minis, you can keep them in a small space. And you can pretty much do the same with mini dominoes as you can with pro size. So, I don't need a whole entire room. Like, say, I think the record for a cube for pro size dominoes, there's several that claim to have records, but I think the last one, this guy did over 14,000 dominoes in his cube, and it took up a whole room. I think there's one or two others that are bigger than that, and it takes up a whole entire room. With mini dominoes, you don't need to. It could be done like I am on a tabletop. And I don't need 30, 70,000 pro-sized dominoes to do it. Well, someone got up to go to the bathroom. I know that everybody that comes over to my house, I usually have dominoes sitting out. Matter of fact, I have a bag with bags of dominoes in there, sitting right out, and I usually have a couple dishes of dominoes, like with my grandkids. Zaya has his own set, so nobody touches that. But I'll have a couple dishes out, so where somebody comes over, everybody plays with them. Everybody plays with mini dominoes. Even when I started out with just 100 dominoes, I had a dish, and me and Donna would play with them. But then again, we played with my other dominoes. We were setting them up and stuff, and I love it. She recorded it on her phone, and then she played it in slow motion. Oh, it was awesome. It was awesome. In slow mo. But um I just like playing with them. Like doing things. Um I think that well, like with me, it keeps my mind occupied. Hey Harley, hello. Les, how are you? Oh, wowzers, how long has that taken for you to set up? Hours, literally. I don't usually do the whole entire thing all in one sitting. I'll do so much and then I'll walk away. Like I did so much this morning, and then I went to bed. And then I came back and started working on it, and then I had a live stream, and then I started working on it. Um, I should start keeping time, but I know it's been hours. I've been here now for about an hour um doing where I left off, and I haven't gotten far. I had to start keeping time. I know other builders do. I don't know why I don't. So but it's coming along nicely so far. I haven't knocked it over yet. One day, I had 10 stones high, and I had it all with the border and everything, flat out 10 stones high. I went to bed, woke up, walked out here, didn't even notice it yet, and went to sit down, and I was like, why are all these bags of dominoes sitting on the table? And here it was, they knocked it down. So they picked it all up and put them in bags. I was pissed. I said, do you know how long it took me to get to that point? They said, we're sorry, we're sorry. I didn't even, I couldn't say much, but I was so pissed off I didn't say a word. Except for, do you know how long it took me to get to that point? It was no wonder when I woke up, they were like, do you want something to eat? I got you your drink. Your water's all set for you. Uh-huh. I said, well, thank you. Now I know why they did that. The longest part for me when I assemble anything, doesn't matter what it is. When I'm doing the height, 2D, alright, yeah, 2D pyramid, 3D pyramid, cube, I mean, anything that I have to assemble, the longest part is always the first couple of layers, because that is the base of your structure. And I try to get it as perfect as possible, because I know later on the rest of the structure is not going to be perfect. But I get that base, which I usually work a few levels at a time when I'm doing something. As you can see, you know, I did finish up the green, I did the ice and the blue, and now I'm getting ready to do chartreuse. But I haven't finished this whole thing yet. And like I said, it's easier to stack at an angle, especially when they get high. But usually when I first started, I did the yellow, orange, and red all at the same time. I'll do so much in the orange and red, the red and the orange, and like if I get like 2 lines down, then I'll start grabbing the yellow, and doing what I can, and then I'll go on, um, because I want that base to be perfect as I can get. But that's just me. That's how I do it. Everybody has their own way of doing things. Some people literally one level at a time they would have done all red, and then all orange, then all yellow. You know, which is fine too. It just depends. I just know how I do it. And some people, you know, like there's hundreds, thousands of people better than I am. You know, if I was younger, I'd be pretty damn good because I wouldn't have my hand problems I do now. But and that's all. That's another thing I want to show people is, you know, I know there are people who want to do this and who have twitching problems and stuff, and that's fine. They've actually got bigger dominoes, which I'll probably get a set or two for the grandkids, but that you can do the same things with. You don't have to get mini dominoes. You can get pro-sized dominoes, or you can get planks, or you can get the block kicks. You know, the micro minis, I wouldn't suggest. Micro minis are so sensitive that even if you put a set of pen on the table, it can knock the whole entire thing over. Micro minis is really hard. It is super hard to do micro minis. I'm going to take a break for a second. This is what I do. Like I said, I do it for so long, then I have to step away from doing it. So, and I need to step away from doing it actually. But I know people. My friend even asked me. She said, "Why build these things if you just knock them down?" That's the point: is to knock them down. You build a structure and you're proud of what you've made. You're like, I did this. This took this many dominoes. This took this much time. I'm proud of what I made. Now let's knock the sucker down. And that's half the fun. And I got something in that I'm going to use, a new way to, if I can get this up and to where it should be, you know, and make a perfect cube out of it. I have a special way I'm going to knock this over, and I can't wait to do it. But that's half the fun with dominoes, is setting it up to knock it over. You know, put it on video, take pictures, do what you need to do, and knock the thing over. I love it. I don't know why. That's the point. I love the sound of like if I do a run or something. I love the sound the dominoes make when they're going over. I love to watch, especially the cube when it falls over, because it like implodes on itself. I just like to see how things. I guess it's like kind of sadistic in a way. I mean, you know, I want to see how the destruction goes. Yes, I've destroyed this. But also, in the meantime, while you're building it, you learn, you see what they're talking about with geometry. If I took the video camera and showed you, these would all, if I took a camera and showed straight down, you would see it's all little squares. It's all little squares. That's all it is. They're all connecting squares. There's geometry that goes into this. There's algebra that goes into this, because you got to figure, okay, what size am I going to make? Okay, I chose my size cube. Alright, how many dominoes am I going to need per layer? Okay, I happen to need 128 per layer. Alright, well, figure how many layers it's going to take. Well, you know it's going to take at least 16, maybe 20. Okay, do I have enough dominoes for that? No, I don't. Well, then I can't do that size. I'll have to go smaller. And then you got to figure, you know, their colors. Do I have enough of this color? Do I have enough of that color? I mean, you know, there's math involved. And there's architecture. When you build it, you understand what makes it stable, but yet can be easily knocked down. I've made these things so stable that parts of it won't fall down no matter what. And I'm like, shit. I know it's stable, but okay, I also have to be able to knock it down. So you have to think, all right, then, you know, you have to put it together. When I first did my very first cube, I was like, wait a minute, these are just separate things. Why? And it dawned on me, you gotta put them together. You gotta connect them, or it's not gonna fall down. You know. So there's quite a bit of there's a lot more into these than what people think. It's not just a child thing. You know, adults learn. You wouldn't think you need math, but you do. You wouldn't think you need to know anything about engineering or anything like that, but you do. Then you have to, for your own sake, you know, what's the easiest way to build a tall structure like I am? Stair stepping it. That's why I don't have the base 100% finished. I am going to put another layer on the bottom, so that way I can build up the sides, because I don't want to get it too high up to where I can't stair step it. I was just thinking about that. I had to put the chartreuse up and bring out the other ones. To put on another line and put on my 7th row, so I can do another row of the other stuff. You know, you got to figure out how you want to build it. You know, what'll make it, what's easier for you. This is easier for me. Other people, like I said, will do a whole entire level at one time. That's not how I personally do it, but there are people that do it. So there's a lot that goes into these, especially when you do big structures. So I don't know. I think I'll do another line, and let's go. Take a few. But no, I'm not actually in the domino community. I just want people to know that. It's just for the company, Bulk Dominoes. If I want to get on the leaderboard, you have to post it to social media first, and then you send them the link, and then they look at it. So, and then they'll approve it or not. Oh god, I can't even grab the dominoes. Shit. I think my hands might have it for the night. Hell, I can't even grab it off the table. So I'm gonna set these back over here. And I'm gonna grab have these right here. Now, I do use a ruler. I finally got me a ruler to help me out with placing the bottom row, and that's all it's used for. So I got me a metal, except for it's bent on one end, and I hate that. It's a little curve, so I have to like push it down. I don't know if you can see it. A little curve right here, and I have to push it down. It's bent. And they were all like that, and I'm like, son of a bitch. Leave it to Walmart. But it was $3, so you can't complain. But this, I'll be honest with you, I'm looking at it, and from the top row, it's looking pretty good. If I don't screw it up. It's looking pretty good. But honestly, I think my hands have had it for tonight, because I couldn't even pick that domino up off the table. So I think I'm going to go ahead and end this, because I don't think I'm going to do another row. And believe it or not, I'm getting a little tired, so but I want to thank everybody for coming in. Who's that? Who is that? Oh, Cookies. How you doing, Cookies? I'm doing good. How are you? I'm doing good. No complaints. I was working on my little cube I'm doing here, and I ended my live stream, and I said if you guys want to see me do it, I'll just stay on, but I think my hands have had it. Actually, you just got home? I've been home. Connie, have a good one, Liz. You too, Connie. Just got killed again. Oh. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and end this. My hands are hurting, and I couldn't even pick that domino up off the table, and I don't want to ruin what I've got so far. So, like I said, I do so much, and then I'll leave, and I need to walk around and stuff like that. So, but I do want to thank everybody for coming in. I appreciate it. If y'all can leave me a like, that'd be awesome. And in the comments, if there's a specific subject you guys want to cover, leave it in the comments. I'd appreciate that, and we'll see what we can do on that. But like I said, right now I'm going to go ahead and go. I don't think I'm going to do another row at the bottom. I think I'm going to leave it till the morning. And I want to thank everybody again, and I hope everybody has a great night and great day, and we'll talk later. Bye.